One of the biggest weaknesses in badminton players at any level is their defence. So in today's video, we're going to teach you the fundamentals of doubles defence. Now, having the ability to play a drive, block or lift in your defence is going to massively help your game, and we're going to show you how throughout this video. So let's get to it.
So there are some key points that we need to look at before hitting any defensive shot, and these are the starting position and the grip. So for the starting position, you want to be stood like this, with your legs bent and your feet slightly wider than your hips. You also want to be slightly leaning forwards with your body weight going through the balls of your feet. And for your racket, it should be at an angle anywhere between this and this, with your elbow out in front of you. But a really important point is that we don't want it too far out in front of us. If it's completely straight like this, you'll struggle to adjust your positioning, and you also now have to bring your arm back and then forwards again to generate the power, which is a waste of a movement, rather than just being like this. Finally, your body, grip and both arms should be nice and relaxed. And where should you actually stand on the court? Well, if the attacker is on the same half as you, then you should stand around here, making sure that you cover your line.
And if the attacker's on the cross, then you would stand around here, covering the middle of the court and also facing the attacker in your stance. So you need to use a backhand grip with your thumb on top of the racket like this. And this is very similar to holding a frying pan, so you can also practice at home. So it'll be like that, boom, boom. Anyway, we're using a backhand grip as it gives us more coverage, and you would use this backhand grip from here all the way to around here. Anything past this point, you would switch to a bevel grip, and you would do this rather than a forehand grip because it's less time to change to, and you can also still get a very effective shot from this grip. We see a lot of players standing sideways and taking the shuttle on their forehand like this in defence, maybe because they can't generate the power and control from their backhand. However, this position is going to expose a massive gap in this area and also limit your ability to play with control and power. One final point is that your hand should be high up the grip, and this is to shorten the lever and give you more control. This is similar to why we would have the hand high up the grip on the double serve or when playing around the net.
So here are some key points for hitting all defensive shots, no matter if you're hitting a drive, a block or a lift. So firstly, you want to use your fingers and thumb to generate the control and power. And if you're hitting a drive or a lift, then you need to squeeze your grip more to generate that extra power. Secondly, we don't want any floppy wrists. A floppy wrist means that you're going to reduce your control and your power when you're hitting your shots.
And thirdly, you really want to hit through the shuttle, as this allows you control to hit the shuttle in the direction you want it to travel. And lastly, we need to make little adjustments in our feet. Sometimes we might have one step further forwards, but that's a bit more advanced, so we'll discuss that in next week's video on advanced doubles defence. So subscribe if you don't want to miss out.
So those 4 points, as well as the stance and grip, are the fundamentals for hitting any shot in defence. So we'd highly recommend learning those first before you progress any further. So now we're going to move on to how the block, lift and drive are different and how you can practice these. We'd recommend learning the drive first, as this will really help you learn the block and the lift better. So depending what level you're at, you can start by learning the technique with a partner throwing it in from the side or from the other side of the court like we're showing now. A progression to work on your timing is to lift the shuttle, your partner smashes it, and then you drive it back like this sequence we're showing now. Some key points for the drive is to have a quick racket swing recovery, as the shuttle will come back at you quicker. You also need to really squeeze your grip with your thumb and fingers as you hit it to generate the power. You can also practice just using your thumb and index finger and removing your other fingers if you're struggling with this.
The block is very similar to the drive, so you want to keep a lot of the same technique so that your opponent can't predict that you're going to play this soft shot. So to do this, you need to have really relaxed fingers and guide the shuttle over to where you want to play it. The block is difficult to practice in a single shuttle routine. However, you can grab a few shuttles like this, lift, they smash, and you block either straight or cross, and then go again. Again, similar to the drive, you can step into the block and take it early and then move forwards towards the net to put pressure back on your opponent.
Now the lift is one of the most difficult shots to get consistently right, but here are a few key points to help you out. So firstly, you want to make sure that as you hit the lift, you keep your body weight leaning forwards and on the balls of your feet. If you find that you mistime quite a lot of your lifts, it's probably because as you hit it, you're going back onto your heels and also lifting your body up at the same time. And this is a common mistake we see. You need to come underneath the shuttle with your strings to get height on your lift. And don't be afraid to have a bigger follow through, as you'll have more time to get back into your ready position. To practice this, we'd recommend starting with a high serve and your partner doing half smashes at around 50% power. You then just keep re-lifting to them. For this, you really need to use the push from your legs as well as your thumb to generate the power. And great timing is critical for this shot. And again, you can do this cross court too.
There was lots of different information there, so you might want to repeat parts of this video and take your time learning it, as for most of us, we can only process one or two things at a time. There are slightly different setups and techniques you can use, but as we've said, this video is just covering the fundamentals. We'll go through lots more in next week's video on advanced doubles defence.
Well, that's it for today's video. If you want to further improve your defence, then watch this video here. And if you've enjoyed today's video, then please give it a like, smash the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss out on our future videos, and we'll see you next Sunday.